Hello, it's Akeen Alston here again. I want to talk to you this time about family math at home, quote, the environment, the atmosphere. And I have a few points I want to make. When we're doing math at home with our students, we want our students to be serious? No. We want them to be curious? Yes. I remember when our daughter was little, my wife was doing math with her, and maybe she was like a first grader, and I think my wife asked her something about 8 plus 5, and maybe she said 17. And so my wife got real serious, like, what do you mean? Where's that coming from? And I said, chill out. Sometimes I think when we're working with our students, they sometimes don't want us as parents to see what they might not know, what they're struggling with, just what their issues might be. And so sometimes they'll give us answers or responses that are a little off. And then once that anxiety and that nervousness sets in, they begin to really kind of shut down, and they just can't really function as well as they might. I've jumped out of airplanes and helicopters. Trust me, I've done all sorts of things like that. I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of needles. Oh my gosh. And I'm thinking about getting a flu shot real soon, right? And so I got to get myself worked up. And so what the doctors always tell me is, relax. I'm looking this way. I'm like, we haven't touched you yet, dude. I'm like, okay. So honestly, once that tension sets in, it's just difficult. I tense up. Some of you can understand, you can relate to it. And our kids do that too. So we want them to be not serious, but really curious. And we want them to be really relaxed at home doing math with us. And sometimes as parents, some of our own baggage can come in place. Parents might think that it's about getting the right answer and knowing the answer. And you and I probably know that it's not about the answer. It's more about how you think when you don't know the answer. And Einstein said, questions are more important than answers. We do want folks to be competent and fluent with their basic facts. I get all that, rightness and wrongness of answers, but that really shouldn't be the focus. Create an upbeat environment. Turn on some music. Have their space all set up. Get them ready to be in the classroom at home, although they're not in the classroom and they are at home. But just kind of getting the space all defined and sorted out and just having that routine. Like I'm at home right now, doing whatever I'm doing. And trust me, I'm only putting stuff on and getting dressed up because I'm on camera. Otherwise, I don't really take it seriously. So maybe the students actually, get themselves ready for school. My grandchildren in California, they have to wear their school uniforms while they're online. At first, I thought that was kind of weird, but I'm like, I kind of get it. It puts them in the right frame of mind, sets the right environment and atmosphere for their learning. Make it a safe place, a safe space. All of us know that sometimes math at school is not safe. There can be laughter, there can be ridicule, or people can just look at you some kind of way. I mean, if I make an error in spelling, you correct me. If I make an error in math, I have to just be like, kind of judged. However it is at home, make sure that space is safe, especially if parents are involved. And letting the parents and the family members that are surrounding know that when the students are doing math with you, it's okay if things don't turn out perfectly. And if they make a mistake, that's to be celebrated. We want to learn from it and move forward. But just whoever is around participating with the students while they're learning, they need to be aware that the space should be really, really safe and free of any kind of trepidation and fear and anxiety. I like music. I turn this thing on. I got my Bose speaker. I have a lot of music. When I teach in person, in those days, I had a lot of music going on. And when I'm online with my students, some of my adult learners, we still have music in the background, soft and appropriate. But again, that helps the atmosphere. I've heard classical music or Baroque, but I'm not judging. Whatever folks want to listen to, if it helps them, it's cool. And then I have a quote I want to read to you. And this is also, to me, going at the environment and just making the space safe and welcoming for the students themselves. This is a quote, and you might think about who might have said this and maybe about when. Quote, "Do not train children to learning by force and harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each." It bears repeating. I like this quote. Do not train children to learning by force and harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. You and I, the adults, the parents. Children are geniuses. They're brilliant. They all have some gifts, some talents, and we kind of want to help coax it out. And sometimes people just want to play. And so I'll do a video later on toys that teach and play, and that's out there all over the place. But there's some things that I do that I'm happy to share with you. So what if a lot of the learning could be game-based, activity-based, something based in story or situation involving something that they themselves understand or enjoy? And I'll be making some boutique videos about that to share with you all also. But just creating the environment, making that safe, making that fun is really, really important. So, here I am, laid back in my rocking chair. I'm a grandfather, I'm an old guy, and I like to make it fun too. My goal in life is to never grow up, although I'm just about 60 now. Actually, I'm 58. I'm rounding up, so when I get to 60, I can be used to it. But just make it fun. And so have conversations about the family, about the structure of the environment and the atmosphere that surrounds your students at home while they do this family math at home in partnership with you. Right on.